Everybody has a secret or two, but what secrets would my 1970 Dodge Charger reveal when it returned from being dipped in acid? As you will know if you've been watching since the first episode, I got a bit tipsy while on eBay and bought my dream car, a second generation Dodge Charger. It was a great mistake to make, but it was definitely a project car with big issues. Some of these were declared on eBay. More issues came to light after the car was stripped down.
Yeah, typical bodgery down here. Just stuck a plate over the top of it. Load of fiberglass and filler.
But my American car restoration expert John Castleman warned me that my project still might deliver a nasty shock or two after it had been dipped in acid. And that's what I was worried about when I went up to see it in the West Midlands. Please click on the subscribe button. It's free to do so and helps us build up our audience. Also, please share this video with your friends on social media, and while you are there, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook to get new video alerts and extra content. And for a limited time you can get up to 30% off Year 1 muscle car parts. They're our primary sponsors. Use the promo code TORQUE, T-O-R-Q-U-E. Just visit year1.com to take advantage of that. Year 1 gave me some swag. I am now branded. Thank you, Year 1. Listen, back in episode 5 we talked with John about the process of the restoration and why we send the car off to be acid dipped. And John has been using a firm called Enviro-Strip for donkey's years. They're the people that do the hard work on the stripping. You may have already seen Enviro-Strip on TV shows like Car SOS. They dip hundreds of cars a year, but before they go into a vat of acid, the cars have most of the sealants, undercoats, primers, glue from vinyl roofs, paint, filler, etc. all baked off them in a giant oven that reaches almost 400 degrees Celsius. This process is called pyrolysis, as Matt from Enviro-Strip explained to me.
We're a big believer in not using stripping agents whatsoever. So we use the pyrolysis for the reason that we strip everything using pyrolysis. Using stripping agents like years ago, like 20 odd years ago, it was hazardous to health, it was no good for the employee. You know, no good for Severn Trent really with the water consent and whatnot. So we just removed all that. So now we just use the oven. It's more environmentally friendly. Yeah, so if you look at that, Karl, that's what's all around your car when we take it out of the oven. Once it goes from the oven, then that's what's washed off before it goes into the phosphoric acid bath.
It's funny how everything breaks down to dust. Like everything goes to dust in the end, I think.
Literally everything, yeah. So you have your paint, your filler, your underseal, all that will just go to literally just ash particles, dust, whatnot.
My Charger had already been through one acid bathing cycle by the time I'd reached Enviro-Strip. Now it was being put on a large pallet ready for its final Duncan. What's going on here, man?
Just tying it down so it doesn't float away in the tank. Not that it probably would with the weight of the car, but fair safe than sorry.
The Charger wasn't looking her best the last time I'd seen her, but I was feeling more anxious about it now. The streaks of sickly yellow residue on drab grey steel panels meant it looked even worse. I assumed my baby was in decent condition, but I sought out second opinions to calm my nerves.
Floor pump's good, the roof's good. Seals are good.
You give it an 8 out of 10, serious?
Yeah. Yeah, see a lot of horror stories, so you've got yourself a good show. Yeah.
8 out of 10, that's alright, that's made my day actually.
It's definitely not the worst, yeah, and it's definitely not the best.
the tunnel, the console, that's good. Got your bulkheads as well. You got a bit there which can be, they may decide to replace that.
Because John's got his hands on it, I'd say you're down to about 4, you'll be okay.
You know, I was amused to discover that the acid being used was something we're all very familiar with. More sponsorship from Coke. Welcome. Nice. Oh, it is. So is that hydrochloric acid?
No, phosphoric only. We only use phosphoric because it's basically what you get in your Coke cans really when you're drinking Pepsi, Coca-Cola. That's the sort of acid it is. So it never ever eats into the car at all. So it's only 20% acid base, the rest is water, so 80% is water. With the problem is with like the hydrochloric acid or the sulfuric acid, if any of that was left in the shell from human error or anything, etc., that would eat the car from inside out. With phosphoric, if there's any human error where it's left in the car, all it'd do is just keep treating it, keep phosphating it, never ever harms the car. All it does is remove rust and it just cleans the shell up.
So in theory, if you want to do some acid dipping at home with an old rusty pot, get some Coca-Cola, throw it in a bucket, put the pot in the bucket with the Coke, go back to it 4 days later, and hopefully there might be something left. Or just go to year1.com and order a new one.
So what we'll do now is we'll bring the spider over, we'll attach the spider to the frame of the car, lift it up then, put it into a phosphoric acid bath. That there will last probably 3 to 4 hours. We'll pull it out then. After that then we'll see if there's any residue left within the car, any rust left. What we'll do then, if need be, we'll put it back into the phosphoric. If not then, we'll have a good rinse off, then into the neutralising tank, which will eliminate any acid that's left within the car. From there then it has another little rinse, then it gets put into an inhibitor tank. That there then will just make sure, preserve the car for about up to a month, so you'll have no flash rust on it whatsoever, and also gets in all the nuts and crevices wherever the acid's been, the water and the inhibitor will get to the same places, so you have none of this leaking or weeping in years to come.
I love the way these guys protected my car.
Right, so what we'll do now then, got a bit of cushion there, just so obviously we don't cause any damage towards the shell. That way then when we lower it in, we bolt it together, that there is to stop anything occurring while it's in the tank, shall we say. So there's that added protection.
So my Charger's going to take an acid trip, so to speak. Time for it to plunge into the surf for the last time. She's going to disappear, that's my baby.
Come out in a big ball.
She's gone. Where's my baby? After roughly 4 hours, I went back to watch my classic American vehicle emerge from its final acid bath. What a sight that was.
So as you can see, just come out of the acid now. So we've had it in there for a fair few hours. You can see where all the phosphoric acid has completely removed all the rust. But yeah, so it's looking good. Very nice car.
Before being delivered back to John, my car would be sprayed in hypoxy primer. Matt's tour had helped relieve my anxiousness, but my worries were to prove justified, as you'll see in a moment. A few months later, just before Christmas, when John got room, my car was delivered back to its temporary home.
Here it is.
At last!
At last it's turned up. Karl's Charger. On a nice cold day.
Nice to meet you. You okay?
I'm alright, yeah.
This is Karl. This is Karl. This is Alan.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, good.
All right, Karl. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Here we have it.
Yeah.
Let's get it in the shop. Let's get it in the shop and have a look. Good look at it.
You had quite a journey over, yeah?
Yes. Yeah. The weather didn't help, but you know we've got sort of 6 to 8 inches of snow up there in the Midlands.
Yeah, but you weren't going to let me down.
Weather never stops us.
Let's get it in.
Oh, there's my baby. Oh, here she is.
Well, Karl, what do you think?
I'm scared. Well,
You should be scared.
yeah, it's, you know, front floor pans, that we knew they were dodgy. The
Yeah,
roof looks all right, doesn't it?
looks good.
As it emerged from the trailer, I kept quiet. John is the expert, that's what I'm paying him for. It didn't really matter what I thought at all.
Yeah, front floor sections are fairly rusty, so that's going to need a floor pan or two. Actually, up the front, it don't look too bad at all. It looks pretty good. No accident damage to look at, so that's good news.
Okay.
That's something for one of these.
Well, we've certainly seen a lot worse, John.
Absolutely. So all in all, It's the usual places. Floor sections, rear floor sections, quarters, deck lid, boot floor, tubs, inner and outer, rear panel. So it's all the back end's going to have to come off.
To my mind, the shell we were staring at now had already surrendered its secrets, but I was wrong.
I mean, look at this quarter panel, Karl. For Christ's sake, they've not even welded it. When they fitted this quarter panel on, they did not even welded it to the car. It's unbelievable, really, up the back. It's just been tacked at the top. I'm guessing at some point it was tacked at the bottom, and the bit in between's never been welded. But yeah, it's...
Just the good old boys let loose with some welding
just
equipment.
good old boys let loose with something. I'm not sure what it is at the moment. But we're just going to cut that off, and I'm going to be very happy to throw that in the bin, that panel. So that's going nowhere other than the dustbin. So that's good news.
And then
look at this here. I mean, I noticed that earlier. Look where the striker plate is for the B post. Yeah, I'm guessing at some time where this quarter's probably been damaged. It's taken the lock in a bit. It's gone rotten. It's split as well. They've welded it up really badly and just left it. And then that's what we got left with. So that's completely shot to pieces. So that's going to have to be done.
Joy. And then this little nasty corner here, look at that. Is that all?
Yeah, well that's a little bit of rot there. That's nothing to worry about. We just weld that up and make good. But see this here, this is actually, would have had lead on there from the factory, but that's how they finished it from the factory. Put it over the top of this post, tack welded it on, lead filled it, job done.
That's a bit shoddy, isn't it?
Yeah, as you can see from the top, the weld there, one single weld, is a bit shoddy, but you know what? They were basic cars, they were nothing fancy, they were basic cars back in their day. Yeah. And they just, what do they know about making something nice?
Oh mate, so that's actually normal.
Yeah, that's normal. That's how it looks. That what's down here is where they've had it in the acid dip. The lead's just run down there, and it's just all run down there. So what'll happen is we just grind all that back, clean it all up, make sure it's not split, weld it up, weld this bit up here, and lead fill all that section there. It'll all be lead filled, and you won't even know it's been done.
It'll be better than new, basically.
It'll be better than new.
The big secret my Dodge was hiding was that it did have some accident damage at the front. Unfortunately, the passenger side fender was all crumpled.
As you can see, this one here, this offside front wing, it's had quite a nasty accident at some point in its life, so that's, and all they've done with that, they've literally just body filled over the top of it. They've done no repair work at all to it. This looks half reasonable before it went away this week, so what we're going to have to do here is have a new wing, I think.
Unfortunately, neither Year One or any other parts manufacturer makes 1970 Dodge Charger fenders, or wings as we say in this country. I didn't know it at the time, but this wing fender was going to have to be repaired. So we discovered another issue with the car that's going to cost money to fix. However, things could have been a lot worse. So overall, I'm quite happy. We'll come back to my car in a couple of episodes' time. In the next episode, we're going to hear from Derek Carter. Okay, it's another story about a Charger. This is a great heartwarming story about how Derek's pride and joy was attacked not once but twice, and how he stuck by his dream car. Please click on the subscribe button. It's free to do so and helps us build up our audience. Also, please share this video with your friends on social media, and while you are there, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook to get new video alerts and extra content. And remember, check out talkamerican.com, and if you'd like, please post a comment underneath this video. We'd really appreciate it. Okay, let's talk again soon, but for now it's bye-bye. Bye-bye.